So yeah, we start of season 3. A lot, and I mean a lot, has happened in the summer after our heartbreak of the Champions League final. If you guys didn't check that out, make sure you go and check out the last episode because it was pretty mental. It was. So today we're going to be kicking off our season against the Graafschap. But before then, there has been a lot of ins and outs, and we're going to go through them now. The first one, probably one of the most interesting ones, Cillessen actually moved on. I rejected a bid, I think it was off Arsenal, and he wasn't happy. So another bid came in for over £15 million for Jasper Cillessen, who's been a very, very good goalkeeper for us. He's Dutch, so it's always a bonus as well. But I'll show you here the history. Yeah, he went for 16.75 million. He was okay. He missed out on goalkeeper of the year last season. His average ratings aren't exactly standout, so maybe it was time for him to perhaps move on. He's been at the club, what, like 6 years now. So, yeah. And his replacement is this guy, Timo Horn. I think he's got a bit more about him. He's still quite young at 24, and a lot of you guys know about him. Very good goalkeeping stats. Could play better as a sweeper keeper as well. Not really sure the benefits of that, to be honest. But he's going to be our replacement. We brought him in. I mean, his value has shot down quite a bit, but we brought him in for £15 million. Be doing okay-ish in the Bundesliga, and I expect him to do possibly better than Cillessen's been doing in the Eredivisie. But we'll have to wait and see. Other outs include Gyro Riedewald. He's ended up moving on for £20 million to Liverpool. He was one of those players which wasn't going to be happy. We didn't win the Champions League. He didn't want to stay any longer, so we may as well move him on. £20 million kind of possibly could have got a bit more if he possibly stayed a few more months. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's a lot of money for Riedewald. Haven't really got a replacement centre-back in for him yet. But he is one of the bigger outs. Another big sale that maybe not a lot of you may have even know we have him. He played the odd game for us last season, but he was out on loan for the majority. Donny van der Beek has left the club. He's gone to PSG for £15 million or so. We've brought in a couple of central midfielders as well to replace him. That was quite a big sale for us. And also, there is one more massive sale. This guy is moved to the actual European champions now, Benfica. And you know how much I got for him? Manchester United were offering about 30 million. We actually got £40 million for Christopher Ajer. And I mean, I didn't want to sell him. He was a good player last season. Look at his stats. Was very, very decent for us. But from 1 million, we got £39 million profit in about 2 years. I mean, there's no complaining on that whatsoever. So I had to give up. I sold up on him in the end. Just 19 years of age for £40 million is absolutely ridiculous. We'll look at the transfers that I've brought in. Biggest one so far is Yuri Tillemans, actually, from Anderlecht. Very, very happy with that one. Yuri Tillemans, 20 years of age, got potential to be possibly as good as Christopher Ajer. Very happy with the stats and very happy that he could do a job for us this season in the Eredivisie. Last season he was pretty solid for Anderlecht too, and I think we played against him a couple of times. Timo Horn, obviously we've gone over. Godfred Donsart as well. Another central midfielder from Bologna. And I feel we needed it. We needed another central midfielder. This guy, again, very similar potential at just 21 from Ghana as well. His value has gone down slightly since I signed him, but it's to be expected. I think this season he could be a real key player for us. Could play all across the midfield as well. So very, very versatile. One that maybe Jordan, Toxic Lemon, will be very, very happy with. I signed Will Hughes from Derby for 7.5 million. He's got the potential to be a very good player for us. Current ability is 2.5 star, but I'm pretty sure he'll play quite a bit of football for us this season with the rotation system we'll have going on, possibly even in a more attacking role. Lars Stirring, I don't even know if I signed him. I think my director of football may have got him. And Baptiste Santa Maria as well, who we discussed a couple of episodes ago, I think, who came in on a free. Now, bigger outs. There's still some outs that we haven't gone through. A lot of loans, as per usual. Now, Christopher Ajer went. The second biggest one, along with Riedewald, actually, was Rosario Zivkovic. Now, I did want to keep him. I really did want to keep this guy as a backup striker. But Everton came calling. I asked for about 20 million, and they actually went with it. And I thought, for a player that I haven't really played in the last 2 years, I think we can get 20 million for him. He's a good player. He's got good stats. He probably would have done a job and possibly been better than Milik. But I've ended up selling him on in the end as well. Other sales, we've gone through all these top ones. Serrero was left as well for £3 million. Wasn't getting much football. First season he was brilliant for us. Got the cup winning goal as well. Haller has ended up going, or Haller. He was my first big signing when I first started this series, but he never really broke into the team. Bangard, who we signed last season, I ended up moving him on as well. Didn't feel he was good enough. And a couple of other players have left. Van Bladeren, who got the odd assist, appearance rather. And loads of outs loan-wise as well. So overall, I'm pretty happy with kind of the business we've done. We've got 2 more players coming in as well. One at the end of the season and one in January. First one is this guy, Ramiro Ruben, and he is a striker. And I feel this guy could come into the team this season, possibly next season. He's got okay current ability. His finishing is extremely good at 16. We don't obviously fully know his stats yet, but his heading's good. Overall, as a striker, he looks very, very decent. A target man as well, which is quite interesting. If we look at him, he looks pretty good. Attribute-wise, I don't even know centimeters. 197 centimeters, almost 2 meters tall. Is that big? Yeah, I think that's pretty big. I need to change that to feet and inches so I can actually understand. You know me. Norberto Di Onofrio as well is another player we're bringing in from River Plate. He's a right back. He's pretty good. And again, possibly a player we can push. Him and V-Bolt possibly on either fullbacks. Well, that would be pretty cool. Anyway, I think I've babbled on for long enough about the transfers. We're going to jump into today's game against the Graafschap. But before we do, we did get a win in the Johan Cruyff Charlotte as well. We beat Herenveen 3-0 in that. Very, very comfortable. Milik actually grabbing a hat-trick in that one, which is good. Because I wanted Milik to carry on his goal-scoring record. He didn't actually play that many league appearances last season, but he did very well in the ones he played, and I'm glad he's got a hat-trick to start the season off as well. That was the team we started. Horn in goal, Tete, Rakik, De Ligt, V-Bolt. Tillman started in the middle with Saul. Abdelak Nouri actually started as an attacking midfielder with Zivkovic and Sinkgraven on the wings, and then Milik up top, because Fischer was injured actually. So, still unsure whether I need to sign a new striker and centre-back, but you guys will probably find out next episode anyway. So we are here, and these are the teams. We're going to be starting with Thibaut Horn in goal. V-Bolt, Rakik, Tete, and Trippier across the back. Tete starting centre-back ahead of De Ligt, who drops to the bench. Saul and Yuri Tillemans in central midfield. And then in the identical front forward to the cup game we just played, Sinkgraven, Nouri, Zivkovic, and Milik. On the bench, we've got Delanga as the goalkeeper. De Ligt, Shane Nunley, Will Hughes, Nathan Aki, Donsa, and Wilfred Bonney. The Graafschap are starting a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow with Jejuis in goal. Gunst, Van der Pevert, Proper, and Brukers. At the back, Van Haren, defensive midfielder. De Schilder, Schmitz, and Kulhoff with Veerman and De Kogel up top. Here's V-Bolt. On the left-hand side, got an assist in the final actually to set up the first goal for Milik. Here's Yuri Tillemans into Nouri, and here's Milik again, and he scored again. And the guy is going to continue his form at his 4th goal in 2 games. And Arkadirt's Milik has got us off to a flyer in the league. Nouri played that ball to him. And Milik with a beautiful curled finish into the far corner. And it is Ajax 1, De Graafschap 0. Here's Yuri Tillemans. Here's Zivkovic on the right-hand side. Has he won a penalty? No, Milik picks it back up, and Zivkovic had a shot on goal, which the goalkeeper stopped. And he's gone out for a corner. Now I'm training a couple of players into other positions. So Kenny Tete is training to be a centre-back, hence why he's playing there today. Nathan Aki, whose stats are dropping quite worryingly, is now trained to play central midfield. So we'll try and get him a couple of games there. And Zivkovic is a striker because he's got all the stats to be a very good striker. As we put the ball in, here's Milik again. From a tight angle, and he almost beat the goalkeeper again. He kind of dropped towards the centre of the goal. And it is still Ajax 1, De Graafschap 0. And we've got another chance, maybe. They yet to have a shot on goal. Nouri, ball in, Milik, and another good save from their goalkeeper. And we're looking very good and very, very dominant. This is ridiculous how well we are playing at the moment. Another chance. Kieran Trippier, every time I stop talking, another highlight comes on. Here's Milik. Wow, great football. And Zivkovic with a good chance, and he puts it wide in the end. And that was a good chance for the guy who's captain today. He's the vice-captain. Victor Fischer, captain, currently injured. Here's Gunst on the left-hand side into Saul, who picks it back up straight down the middle to Milik, who should put it away, and he's put it wide. Another good chance there for Arkadirt's Milik, who's scuffed a couple of chances. That was the best one of the lot, really. Had a lot of time, and he's put it wide. The Graafschap have had their first shot on target, but we're still killing them with the amount of the ball we're having. Bloody hell. Oh, Oh, it's a goal. I wasn't even commentating on it. It was straight after half time, and I never realised that maybe this would have been a chance. And it was Zivkovic that picked up the ball and plays in a peach of a ball. And guess who's there on the end of it to head it back towards the near post? Arkadiusz Milik with another goal straight after half time. And we are 2-0 up now. And I think we should have our first 3 points of the season. Here's Tillemans. Back to Kenny Tete. I really like this new look Ajax side. We are absolutely killing it at the moment. Trippier, Zivkovic. Oh, and a good chance. And now maybe they could break. Veerman. De Korgel. Oh, Veerman's picked it up. And he's put it wide. That was a good chance for them, to be fair. And poor defending by us to let him through. Is Vibolt. Saul. Vibolt on the left-hand side. Ball towards St. Graven. Back to Saul. Vibolt again. Saul again. Vibolt. Ball out to Trippier, who's had a fantastic season last term. Kieran Trippier. And the ball back in. And Milik. Another hat-trick. What? 6 goals already this season for Milik in just 2 games. And he's bagged another hat-trick. And it's Arkadiusz Milik, who may be the man to catapult us to hopefully another successful European season. And what a start for him it's been this season. Is Trippier. Long throw. She almost lost out somewhere. We lost out on the ball there almost. Here's Zivkovic. Ball towards the hat-trick hero Milik. A couple of players on bookings for the away side. Nori. Good ball. St. Graven from a tight angle. Forces a half-decent stop from their number 1. Zivkovic will whip this one back in and cleared away as expected from De Graafschap. Oh, now they're going to get a red card. I think it's Tim Broekers who fouled there, and the number 2 is sent off, and that now is really game over for the away side if it wasn't already. Can we get another goal before full time? Nunnally back to Trippier into Yuri Tillemans. Trippier again. Tillemans does well to grab it onto the edge of the box. Saul. Vibolt as well. What can he create? Into St. Graven, who scores, and it's 4-0. And another goal for our Ajax team. Deli St. Graven is the man off the left wing to pick up the pieces and put it into the back of the net. You know, filling in for the injured Fisher. He'd probably be playing attacking midfield otherwise, to be fair, St. Graven. But Nuri's been good. We've got Will Hughes as well, who will definitely be worth a shout at attacking midfield. He's just come on as a sub. He's got a 6.8, so not the best performance since coming on. But you've got Wilfred Bonny as well on a 6.7 also. And I think that is going to be full time. With 20 seconds to go, Yuri Tillemans picks the ball back up. Nunnally can't quite bring it down. And there we go, full time here at the Amsterdam Arena. Ajax 4, the Graafschap 0. And it's absolute annihilation on the first day of the season. So full time here, and you know the stats say it all really. We had 25 shots to their 2. They didn't have a shot on target, and we had so much of the ball. It finally looks like Milik is back to his old best, and we've got Zivkovic putting in a good performance as well, along with St. Graven and others. I think this could be our best 11 that we've produced yet. So to confirm, we are already top of the league. I mean, there are a few fixtures yet to be played, but a very strong 4-0 performance there puts us at the top of there. Milik, top goal scorer already with 6 goals in just the 2 games, a 9.5 average rating. Vibolt and Nori both with 2 assists, as I said. Will Hughes had an 100% pass completion for the last 25 minutes or so that he was on the pitch. Milik with, of course, both Man of the Match awards as well. Vibolt and Tete both getting their handbags out in both of those games. Both got bookings. And I will now show you the kind of fixture list. So we've got Champions League group stage, which we could play, but we did play an awful lot of Champions League games last season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I'll skip the Champions League match, to be fair, because I'll probably end up playing, you know, this one in October or something. So we'll start off with FC Twente away on the 17th of September. And I really hope you guys can join me for that game in the next episode, because we can have an overview of kind of the rest of the transfers and stuff like that, and how well we've started the season. So guys, if you boys have enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And man, Milik is on fire, and hopefully he'll be on form again in the next episode. Till next time, guys, I'll see you all very soon.